Hello and welcome back to another episode of my RIMS Racing Career Mode. And today, as we always do, we're just going to be doing the next 3 events on the calendar. So let's get straight into it. So then, of course, like I said in the last episode, the first event is actually a road course. So that's probably not going to be too good for me. But afterwards, I think the rest of the episode should pick up because we've got Silverstone and then we've got Zolder. So 2 tracks we've done plenty of miles at. Obviously, Silverstone, both this game and the MotoGP game, we've done tons and tons of laps around Silverstone. And then on Zolder, well, every other event seems to be Zolder on this game, so I've got quite acclimatised with that. They're both on my BMW as well, and they're both the sort of championships as well. And obviously the RIMS World Championship is probably the most important one, because that's the objective of the career mode, is to win the RIMS World Championship. So this could be quite interesting. I'm guessing that this could be an episode where the AI step up again. But either way, we've got to get this Academy event sorted first, so it's hairpin bends, maximum of 3 crashes, cross the finish line at least 5th, do 3 turns with a lean angle of at least 50. I think that's going to be quite tough, all of those. Well, I could probably do the 3 turns with lean angle at least 50, because I probably did that by accident, but finishing 5th and crashing maximum of 3 times at a street course, that's going to be difficult for me. So here we are then at Paso San Marco. Hopefully this is a nice track because, to be honest, the other track that I did before, what was it? It was $1 Million Highway. It was actually not a bad track at all. I actually quite liked it until one section, so yeah, it's probably not going to be too bad. But I think I should stick on a set of OEM tyres. Ah, no, they're already on, so yeah, we'll stick with OEM tyres because, of course, it is a road circuit. That was what I overlooked last time when it was wet. I just stuck on a set of Diablo Pirellis just without thinking, just wet tyres. But of course they were going to get absolutely shredded on a road course. I don't really know why I didn't think of that, but at the time I didn't, so that's why the tyres went off. But hopefully we can try and get a decent position here, because there is no AI difficulty listed, so they might rubber band again. The R1 looks nice though, because it's in black. You don't see too many black R1s, so it actually really looks nice. Actually, some of the liveries in this race so far, like the Suzuki as well, some of the liveries I haven't really seen so far, and they actually are looking good. So then, oh, my controls have done the thing again, I can tell already. You're going to have to pause it immediately. Right, yeah, there we go, we fixed it. So lights on, away we go. Not had a bad start. Just being careful here. Ooh. Oh, I've broke way too late. I've done a massive stoppie. That's about the first time I've done a stoppie in this game. What? That caught me off guard. I haven't done one of those before. There we go then. We're getting some more position. I'm just going to take my time, not go full throttle, really. Just to try and be careful, because we're currently 8th somehow. So I'm actually in front of 2 people. I guess the guy that I took out and then the guy that I just overtook on the exit of the corner. Oh, I haven't played the game for a couple of days at this point, so this is going to be quite difficult because I was busy the last few days. The episode that went out the other day was actually pre-recorded, and I've gone in, and I've crashed into the wall. Yeah, well, one more crash and that's our limit of crashes over. I can't blame the tyres, can't blame the AI, can't blame anything other than myself this time, but yeah. I have said on many occasions that I absolutely suck at street courses. Mainly because things just come up so fast, and of course they're not like usual racetracks. They're not as predictable because obviously roads weren't built to, you know, actually speed around. Okay, well, I've hit the wall. Surely we've achieved task 3 by now. We've done more than 3 corners, and they're all very high lean angle. Oh, the rear stepped out massively then. So Landon Keller's won then on the MV Agusta. So he must be coming through almost to finish, surely at this point. Yeah, there's the finish line through this corner. Up towards the line then. Actually, not a bad track, you know, that one. That's not too bad. Only 14 seconds off. Yeah, I'm going to say that's not too bad. That's alright. Obviously, I know it's last place, but it is a road course, and I really hate them, so yeah, you know what? We passed. We got one of the objectives. That's fine by me. So we got 1,000 credits and a team point. So that'll be handy. And then 100 XP is 1,000 XP. Sorry, didn't level us up though. We're still level 9. So then this is where it'll pick up for me. Hopefully, it's actually wet tarmac. I didn't notice that, but don't go on wet tires because it's cloudy with drying tarmac. So your tires will die definitely. So I think it's time. I think we should use the OEM tires again. But it is at Silverstone, so this could play into my favour. It's the second round of the European Grand Cup. I don't know what the first one was, but I think we won it. Oh, yes, it was the one at Zolder, wasn't it? So, yeah, we did win that one. But either way, then, let's get into this. Hopefully, we can try and bring home another win. Not sure what the AI difficulty is going to be. Might be maybe up to 70 or something now, since we're getting towards the RIMS World Championship. So then we're here at Silverstone, and as you can probably see in the background, the bike looks a lot cleaner, and that's because I basically went through and had to buy most of the components again, because the bike was basically red. Pretty much every area of the bike was red, and I think that's as a result of the last couple of episodes not going so well. So you can see the bike looks a lot nicer, but we only have about 1,000 credits left, so not ideal. We do need to probably try and be a little bit more competitive in the future races to help myself out with that. But I think that has been the cause of some of the crashes. We're going to have a bit more straight line speed as well with this, because the fairing and the windscreen and stuff got replaced, so we should have slightly better straight line speed. The brakes should be a bit better because they're brand new. The suspension should be better, which is something I think was causing a lot of our front end issues. So then, lights are on, waiting for the lights to go out here at Silverstone. Lights on, away we go. And a bit of a wheel spin initially, but that could be just because the OEM tyres are a little worn on the rear. So as we go into Copse corner, the AI once again doing their usual pretty slow. We've got a really good run. In fact, we've got an amazing run. We're up to third place already. We might be able to take second into this left-hander, so it doesn't even matter that we started at the back of the grid. We're up into first place now, so we've taken the lead already. Absolutely unbelievable. The bike actually does feel really good, actually. That is, so potentially that's why we were struggling in the previous episode, because it doesn't feel like the front is going to fold all the time now. We'll have to see. Of course, I've just got to hope that the tyre choice was right, but look at the lead we've got on the AI already. I think at this point, I've just got to take it easy because, of course, they are slightly quicker now. So if I do crash a load of times, I actually might be in trouble. I might not be able to catch the gap back up to them. So we've got 3 seconds already to go into Abbey. I actually haven't run off the track through there for once, so that's a good sign, especially in the rain. Well, not in the rain, but in the wet. A lot of the races have been in the wet lately, so I am actually starting to get to grips with this game in the wet. Hopefully we can have a dry race at Zolder next, though. So through here, the front felt like it was going to go there, but we just stayed on the bike. Probably got to be careful through Aintree as well, I would have thought. So we've nearly got 4 seconds lead now. Looking towards the end of the first of 5 laps, so I think this could be a bit of a lonely race if I don't make too many mistakes, and to be honest, I'll probably just knock the pace down a tad now. I've got a 5-second lead almost. Well, 4 seconds. Oh, well, as I say that, I lose the front and down I go, so immediately that lead is completely gone. I thought I was just going to keep the lead there, but we have just dropped down into third place. Hopefully we can try and get second back through Luffield. Yes, we can. So the front tucked. I think maybe I was just going a little bit too quick through Brooklands. Brooklands is a tricky corner on this game, it must be said. I just don't want to damage the bike more than anything, because I've just paid basically all the credits we had for new components so that the bike performed better, and I've just binned it on the first lap. But there we go, then through Copse, back up into the lead. Just got to try and build out that lead once again like we did on the previous lap, and we should be golden. Oh, I've lost the front again. Oh, that could lose us the lead. We're still hanging on to first place for now, but some of these corners are treacherous because you've got to brake super early for them to actually get turned. I think that is down to the OEM tyre. Not the fact that it's inappropriate. I think for these conditions it is the right tyre to use. But because it's not a slick, it's not a race tyre, you can't roll on the side of the tyre like you can on a race tyre. And I think that is something I forget when I ride the game. I always just ride the bike exactly the same, regardless of the tyre I'm on. But actually, you need to ride it to the tyre you're on. If I'm on a road tyre, I can't roll it onto the side like you can on a race tyre. So I need to bear that in mind. But the AI apparently are 5 seconds behind me, but they are right behind me. They're literally right there, so they're not 5 seconds behind me whatsoever. So the gaps are a little bit weird. I don't know how the gaps are estimated, but they're not estimated correctly, that's for sure. Oh, and I've lost the front again at the same turn, so it seems like at that corner it's just super easy to lose the front. Fortunately, I had enough of a lead where it actually hasn't cost me anything. You can see on the right hand side the suspension is actually red again, so even though I just bought a new suspension, I think it might already be damaged. Now I'm not sure whether it is the suspension that also makes it tuck the front, I'm not too sure. But I'm just going to absolutely crawl around these last few corners just to make sure that we do win the race, because I don't want to bottle another race. But you can see we've still got a pretty big lead. So as we go through Luffield, I'm really going slow. But out of Luffield then, the bike doing a little bit of a wheelie, that would have been quite bad if the front came down funny. But through Woodcote then, up towards the line, we're finally back on the top step here on RIMS Racing, but it's been a few races, but we finally win again. So even with the crash on the last lap, actually still won by 6 seconds. Quite a few crashes in that race, as always, really. Yeah, it's quite hard to be consistent on this game, especially when sometimes you have crashes that seemingly come out of nowhere. That seem to happen for literally no reason. But we've got 4,000 credits and a team point, so we'll probably be able to go spend some more team points now. And the credits, I really did need that because I basically didn't have any. But we've also gone up to rider level 10 as well, so actually a really good race overall. So then we've got the last event to do now at Zolder, so hopefully we should be pretty in tune with that. It is also a dry race, so I can actually go on a set of slicks as well for once. So first of all, I'm actually going to go spend those team points we just got on the management. So if we can have a look at that then. So I think this one is the next one to get. So in the shop, all items in a randomly chosen category are discounted. So yeah, we'll purchase that. So we're down to 1 team point now. Obviously everything on the right hand side is the inventory, but honestly you get so much space in your inventory. It's unbelievable. If you basically bought components, all the components for every bike, you still wouldn't be anywhere near close to filling up the inventory. Because I have about 12 right now, 12 items. So if you had all 8 bikes, you'd probably have not even 100 items. And I currently have 500 size inventory. So yeah, you could basically have all the bikes 5 times. You could have 5 different types of each component basically and still not even quite fill it up. So I don't really know why you can expand the inventory so much, because you'll never fill it. But either way, we're just going to go for this upgrade at the bottom, but I don't think I can actually get that until I bought the inventory stuff, which is unfortunate. But either way, we'll head into this last event now. It's going to be quite important because it is the first one of the RIMS World Championship, which is really the championship that actually matters in this career mode. That's the idea, to win the RIMS Racing, the RIMS World Championship. So of course, like we said, it is at Zolder. So we should go pretty well here, but let's get this one started. Yeah, I've just got to be careful of that front end because it seems to tuck quite randomly. So then we're here at Zolder. An actual dry race for the first time in quite a while. Obviously we had the Academy event that was dry, I suppose, earlier, but not a normal race. So we actually get to use our Pirelli tyres again, the Pirelli Superbike tyres. And fortunately we actually have some pretty much brand new ones. So that's good. I don't know how there's such little wear taken off them, so I don't know what we did. Maybe we just did a one-lap event or something. Maybe an Academy event with them on. That might be what it was. But we've got a lot of tyres here that are getting a bit worn. Obviously the rear tyres, we need to sell both those rain tyres because we really don't have many credits right now, only 5,000. But let's get into this race then. Oh, actually no, there's qualifying. There's actually qualifying, so I think I am just going to skip the qualifying and just get straight into the race so I don't wear my tyres out. So then here we are on the grid. Max or Hartley on pole position apparently. You notice that a lot of these names are very similar in each race. I don't think they're all the same. I think there is a mixture of names, but you see the same ones fairly regularly. But this is probably the first important race of the championship, so I guess it's quite good for us that it happened at Zolder, the track we've done about 20,000 times. So we'll start this race then, up to first gear. Waiting for the lights to go out here at Zolder. Lights out, away we go. We had a pretty good jump off the line there. Oh, the AI going pretty slow in the middle of the circuit. As we go into the first corner, that bike's gone pretty wide. We're up the inside, around the outside of a few more, around the outside. We're up to 3rd place now. So once again, we've had a pretty good start. That AI is back around the outside. 2 AI back around the outside of me actually lost the rear a bit there because I thought I was in 2nd gear, but I was only in 1st. Sat that guy up apparently. There was plenty of room for him on the outside though. He could have just hung it through there. But I remember that on the exit of this corner, they do go a bit slow. Yep, here we go. We've got a good run. We've got to be careful we brake nice and early for the chicane as well, because of course the AI always going way too hot. Here we go through the chicane. Oh no, I've crashed. I took it too tight. I took the exit too tight, clipped the curb. Good job there's 7 laps, eh? But oh, I was setting that move up perfectly, but I actually slowed down a bit too early. Ended up just clipping the curb, and obviously on this game, you know, if you clip the curb, big high sides ensue, that's for sure. And then I messed up the next chicane, but just managed to keep on the bike. So this race has just got interesting. So up towards the line. 1:34.6. So we're back on the pace again now. It feels so good to be back on a set of slicks. You can lean so much more. So yeah, it's definitely down to the OEM tyres. You can't obviously lean on them as much as you can a set of proper race tyres. I know that I'm still in last place, but I've caught back up to the pack now, which took quite a while because I did run through the grass as well once by getting my braking wrong. But I think actually winning this race is going to be quite tough because their pace is not that bad. especially if I just run through the gravel. I got, oh okay, I thought I got a penalty for that, and then I realised it was telling us a second on the previous lap. But yeah, I'm going to have to try and make up my time to the chicanes, I think, because obviously that's where they lose a big deal of their time. So here we go, then we've got the run, but of course they are going to outbrake me into this next corner anyway, but we're going to go past him. A brake nice and early. Oh, he actually didn't go underneath me. Oh, he did. Oh, he just took me out. Are you serious? No, he's definitely ruined our race now because we couldn't make up the time. We can't make up the time anymore. The AI are too fast to make up time for crashes. You've got to actually race them properly, and one of them just took me out. Are you serious? No. Well, this is Zolder. We're meant to have an easy win here. Well, someone's crashed at the chicane. I've got it a bit too hot into the chicane. I've just kept it aboard. I've gone... I'm struggling to handle this bike around now because I'm a bit flustered. I need to... why? Why did that guy take me out? I'm 11 seconds off the leader. The win is gone. The win is gone in the RIMS Racing Championship because you've got to win the races early when the AI are on a lower difficulty before they get higher up. And one of the AI just took me out for literally no reason. So here we go. Then we're right on the back of him, around the outside of him. I would swerve at him, but I just feel like that's going to go badly for me rather than him. So into the chicane, he's dived on me again, but this time he didn't take me out, so that was fortunate. So we're now up into 9th place. 8th place is a bit up the road, then there's a big gap then up to 7th. So I have to push on, but really I don't feel comfortable doing that. I'm still trying to sort of get in the groove, because obviously it's so different to riding in the wet. Trying to get back up to speed in the dry. I mean, my times on my first flying lap weren't too bad. Obviously in the 34s again already, which was like my personal best around this track. But even still, it's difficult to make up the time on the AI when they're a few percent higher. So in the 34s again. So we are circulating at a decent pace, but unfortunately I don't think it's going to be enough because we've got, what, 3 laps to go? We've got to take 3 seconds a lap out of the leader if we're going to catch him up. Which requires me not making a mistake, but also pushing, which are two things that are very difficult to do at the same time. So there we go then, we've got a good run. We should go flying past this guy. 3 seconds in front of the guy in last place already, so at least we've got 3 seconds a lap on him, I suppose. And through the chicane, we should get the position this time. I didn't make the mistake like I did on lap 1. I'm so annoyed I made that mistake though, because it was just such a little error, and really it would have just put me straight up with the lead and probably given us a fairly easy cruise to the flag. But now I've got to actually push on and make my way through because of the events that have unfolded since. At least up to 8th. I can see 5th from here, like not too far up the road. So we're going to get up into decent positions quite shortly. It's in the 33s that time, so I'm actually getting faster and faster, which is really good to see. So here we go then. We're going to make a move inside into turn 2 for 7th position, although he's still hanging it around the outside. Now, there we've got him now up to 7th. I hate racing the AI just because they clearly don't know where you are. It's so nerve-wracking. I always end up accidentally like sort of corner cutting or running wide trying to avoid them. This is the penultimate lap of the race as well, so we've got to make these passes quickly. We haven't got time to mess around. Go. Oh, there we go, up the inside, get a couple of different switchbacks on that rider there, so we're now up into 6th, 5th is right there, then it's 4th, then it's 3rd, so I can see the podium is definitely still on, but the race win is not. Oh, that could have been race over right there, and that's actually messed me up completely. No, no, get back on the bike, come on, come on, come on, the AI, oh, okay, that was right. Well, to the last place it's going to be. That is... So towards the line then. It's going to be last position. What a disaster. What a disaster in the first race of the RIMS World Championship. We did get 1,000 credits, but really, we needed to win that because you have to win this championship. And that's the easiest race you're going to get with them on 70, and I finished last. But we got 1,000 XP, so it's not too bad, I suppose. But after that event then, I suppose that brings this episode to a close. A bit of a depressing end, unfortunately, because we had the pace in that one. It was just quite a lot of misfortune. Yeah, a few mistakes on my part as well, but the AI, it's just the AI. They are so scary to race against because they're unpredictable. They'll brake early sometimes, like halfway down the straight, like what happened. So I clipped him, and then I had to let off the brakes and not crash, so I just went straight on until I actually was able to brake for the corner. Obviously, there was the mistake on the chicane on the first lap. But again, it's those things. I was setting it up because the AI dive in. So I had to go on that line, but then I just slightly clipped the bigger part of the curb and just had a high side because obviously I was trying to get past them. But yeah, it's unfortunate. We did win at Silverstone, so that's obviously a good thing. The first one's an academy event, so the result of that doesn't really matter. But not been the best couple of episodes, but we did finally get back on the top step. Hopefully in the next one I can start to build up some momentum again because I really do need to. But hopefully you still enjoyed that one regardless. It was still some good racing, and even though the Zolder race didn't end up too well, it was quite interesting because I was fighting my way through, and I was on course for a podium probably if I'd kept that pace up, and I did do my personal best around Zolder, so there is some positives to take. The pace is getting better, it's just now that I'm pushing on, the mistakes are getting more frequent, which is not ideal, but hopefully we'll stop making some mistakes quite shortly. We're almost a quarter of the way through the career now, so hopefully those mistakes will disappear because the AI are only going to get quicker, so we can't keep making more mistakes because they're going to be a lot more punishing. But like I said, I hope you did enjoy that one. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next one.